Please now. Okay. 3, 4. Called Tanglefoot, and this is toe tapping history, songs and stories and the living history of early Canada, of Upper Canada actually. We're going to be here all afternoon doing shows all around the village. We hope you'll join us. There are schedules available. We're going to begin with the Loyalists who came here after the American Revolution. We want you to come with us now to Upper Canada. Build yourself a home. You know, here in Upper Canada, there's free land for everyone. 3, 4. Come to Upper Canada, build yourself a home. Here in Upper Canada, there's land for everyone. Upper Canada, from America I came. Upper Canada, through hate and war and pain. They took my home, everything I own, and now I start again. Come to Upper Canada, build yourself a home. Here in Upper Canada, there's land for everyone. Upper Canada, I soldier for the king. Upper Canada, I didn't gain a thing, except this land on which I stand. Can you hear the axes ring? Come to Upper Canada, build yourself a home. Here in Upper Canada, there's land for everyone. Upper Canada,
I'm an educated man.
Upper Canada,
I don't work with my hands.
I'll move to town and settle down, or be buried where I stand. Be quiet over there. You, douse that campfire. Now listen to me. We're still not safe. Tomorrow we cross the river into Canada, but there's Yankees in these woods, and some of them would like nothing better than to give us Loyalists a going away present, like some tar and feathers, or a bullet. I came to New York 10 years ago, settled in the Mohawk Valley. We worked and cursed, sweated and prayed, cleared some land, built ourselves a home, and one night we lost everything. Now, we weren't particularly loyal to England or to King George, but we weren't looking for a fight either. Then one night the Yankees came to our home. They shot up the place, they shot me in the leg and strung my brother up by his thumbs. They ransacked the place, took everything they could carry, and then set fire to the house and the barn. One of the Yankees pointed his rifle at my wife. Your king is George the III of England. Say it. Go on, I dare you. Say it. She was so mad and full of hate, seeing all that work gone to ruin. Looking straight down the barrel of that musket, she said, my king is George the III of England, and you can rot in hell. The musket roared like a cannon. One of the Yankees, one of our neighbors, had enough of the night's madness, knocked the gun away, saved her life. So here we are. There isn't one of us here who hasn't lost home or family or friends in this bloody war. All I want, all any of us wants, is to be left alone on our own piece of land. Now remember, no noise and no fires. Tomorrow we begin again. piece of land that I can call my own, a small piece of land where I can build my family home. All around was a wall of trees, I chopped them till my hands were raw, stumps and rocks that broke the bough, meanest place I ever saw. A small piece of land that I can call my own, a small piece of land where I can build my family home. 6 long days to brush an acre, 6 more days to fell the trees, 6 years till the stumps are gone, at last the land lies clear and free. A small piece of land that I can call my own, a small piece of land where I can build my family home. Cleared the land in the snow and sun, plowed the fields and planted corn, crops are in before the frost, pray to God and curse the storm. A small piece of land that I can call my own, a small piece of land where I can build my family home. 3 days walk to the nearest town, no other souls for miles around. Can't get hurt, can't get sick, can't leave home till the snow is gone. Howling like the winter winds, wolves got in and killed the cow. Food supplies are running low, we'll make it through, but I don't know how. A small piece of land that I can call my own, a small piece of land where I can build my family home.
I would like to share with you a selection from my forthcoming book. Chapter 4, Wildlife. A sportsman can find abundant game in the forests of Upper Canada. The rivers and lakes are teeming with fish. In most places, all one needs to do is to step out the front door with a gun or a fishing pole. And in no time, you will have enough meat for yourself, your family, and your neighbor.
Oh, be quiet, you blithering blatherskate. Now listen to me, folks. I'll tell you what the hunting's really like in these parts. Now, first of all, if you think you're going to be the hunter, well, best you think again. 'Cause you're the one that's going to be hunted. And who's going to be hunting you? Why, whole armies, that's who. Now, first comes a little surprise attack led by the black flies. The black flies, it comes at you from all sides, butchers you right to pieces, shows no mercy at all. But that's just to get your skin tendered up for the mosquitoes. Now the mosquitoes, they come sticking their little bayonets into you all over the place. And you fight back, and just about when you think maybe you've put them to rout, well, then in comes the reinforcements. That'd be your sandflies, horse flies, and deer flies. Let me tell you, when they're done, why, you're just about done too. I itch and I scratch, I jump and I slap. Mosquitoes are feeding on me. They're the devil's own pain. They'll drive me insane. Mosquitoes are feeding on me. Mosquitoes, 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 mosquitoes are feeding on me. Mosquitoes, 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 mosquitoes are feeding on me. Well, I curse the mud and the trees and the bugs. Mosquitoes are feeding on me. I pray for the snow and the cold winds to blow. Mosquitoes are feeding on me. Mosquitoes, 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 mosquitoes are feeding on me. Mosquitoes, 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 mosquitoes are feeding on me. They make nests in your beard, and they nibble your ears. Mosquitoes are feeding on me. They sing you to sleep with a song oh so sweet. Mosquitoes are feeding on me. Mosquitoes, 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 mosquitoes are feeding on me. Mosquitoes, 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 mosquitoes are feeding on me. Gotcha!
There's an unwritten rule in the backwoods that if you need something, an axe, a pig, some corn, then you borrow it from a neighbor.
We're all out of tea. Can I borrow some?
Can I borrow your little sugar off you?
It's awful dark over at our house. Can I borrow a candle or two?
I'm in desperate need of a cooking pot. Now, just for a few days, mind you.
Our pig died. Could I borrow yours?
Little soup in the cooking pot and a few drops of whiskey go kind of nice, too.
Can I borrow your shirt? I mean, you got fine shirt. Mine's dirty and it smells and it's full of lice.
Minute! Soon I'll have nothing left.
Yeah, then you'll be just like the rest of us.
Thieves, scoundrels, beggars, you all ought to be locked up.
Hey, I'm a little beggar man, a beggar I have been, after fourscore and more in this forest of green. I'm known from Prescott up to the Sioux, and I'm known by the name of old Johnny Doo. Of all the traders going to now begging is the best, for when a man is tired he can lay down and rest. Beg for his dinner, he's got nothing else to do, just to cut around the corner with his own rigadoody. I slept in a barn on the banks of the Don. I slept through the night till a call boy came on, with holes in the roof and the rain coming through, and the rats and the cats they were playing peekaboo. Who should awaken but the woman of the house, with her white spotted apron and the calico blouse? She began to frighten, and I said, "Boo! Oh, don't be afraid, ma'am, it's only Johnny Doo." It's over the road with me pack on me back, over the road with the great heavy sack. Over the road, I got nothing else to do, singing skidamarinka-doo, ma'am, it's only Johnny Doo. I must be going to bed, for it's getting late at night. The fire's all stoked and out goes the light. So now you've heard the story about my old rigadoo. It's goodbye and God be with you, says old Johnny Doo. Thank you very much. At 2:30, you'll find us over there at the log pile. See you later.
Need 50 loggers to go upriver and cut trees this winter. Most of you know me. You'll be paid well and you'll eat well. But you'll work from sunrise till sunset, and I want 100 logs a day, cut and trimmed from every two of you. Now, there's some of you greenhorns ain't never seen a tree, let alone cut one down, but you and back there, I've seen you do 125 logs a day, so I want you first. Now, the rest of you, if I know you, you're hired. If I don't, well, you take your chances. One more thing. With 50 loggers eating and sleeping under the same roof, I want no trouble. So you mind two things. No whiskey and no women. Now you forget, you're out. More than likely you'll be carried out. Now make your mark, there's a boat waiting to take you upriver.
Come all you jolly fellers, now listen to me song. Yep. It's all about the lumber boys, is the way they get along. A crew of jolly young fellers as ever you may find. It's how they spend their winter months a-hurling down the pine. Yep. At 4 o'clock each morning the boss begins to shout. Here out, me jolly teamsters, it's time to start the route. The teamsters, they will all jump up in a most frightful way. Where is me boots, where is me pants, me socks is gone astray. Yep. And when we reach the shanty with cold hands and wet feet, we then pull off our rubber boots, our supper for to eat. We sing and dance till 9 o'clock, into our bunks we climb. Those winter months, they don't seem long, a-hurling down the pines.
In the springtime, the shanty boys come down from the lumber camps with money in their pockets and whiskey in their bellies, looking for a good time. I've seen them blacken eyes, flatten noses, bite ears off, and call it an evening's entertainment.
Well, you know, when a feller's been living in the lumber camp all winter, why, he needs to have a little fun come the springtime. But when the shanty boy comes down, in his pocket 50 pounds, he will look around some pretty girls to find. If she finds her not too shy, with the dark and roving eye, the poor shanty boy is well pleased in his mind. When the landlady comes in, she is neat and very trim. She is like an evening star. If she finds him in good trim, she is always ready to wait on him. And from 1 to 2 they sit upon the bar. So the shanty boy goes on till his money is all gone, and the landlady begins for to fret. He says, my lady, do not fret, I will pay my honest debt. Bid adieu to the girl I had in town. There's a gang in command, so the old folks understand, and it's for the backwoods they are bound. With a whiskey and a song, we will shove our old canoe along. Bid adieu to the girl I had in town.
In the spring, about 30 of us from the shanty worked a timber raft down the great rivers to Quebec City. Now, there was 2 brothers with us. One was a big brute of a man, but the other lad, well, he weren't much higher up than the end of a peavey handle like this. And I remember his hands. They were small and soft, not used to the hard work of the woods. Well, all through the winter in the woods and in the spring on the drive and on the raft, these two brothers kept pretty much to themselves. Did their work, didn't bother anybody. Now, we just beached the raft upstream from Quebec City, and these two brothers disappeared. Long before sunset, the big man came back. And there was a priest with him, and a woman. And the woman was wearing logger's boots. And there was something familiar about that woman. Well, when they got close up, we could see that the young woman there, why, she was the younger brother. Seems that 50 of us loggers had spent the whole winter living in the same room with the woman. Most of us just stood there dumbstruck. A couple of lads over on the side there just turned the brightest red you ever did see, so we threw them in the river to cool them off. And we had a wedding. Right there on a timber raft in the St. Lawrence River, we had a wedding. The two that was the cleanest, they stood up with the bride and groom. A wedding cake was a loaf of bread covered in molasses, and they cut it with an axe. And every man had a dance with the bride with calluses on her hands.
Well, now, all you lads what got hired to come and cut down trees in the winter, maybe in the spring you'd like to work a raft down the Ottawa River. Now, you'll probably be working with some French guys, so it wouldn't hurt if you could parlez-vous a little bit there. Because a lot of these lads, well, they speak French. Naïs qui sont tous les semaines, naïs qui sont tous les semaines, on les chantiers sont montés. Bing shilling, bang shilling, laissez passer les semaines. Bing shilling, bing bang. Now, of course, we'll be going through Bytown. Pretty good place to stop and have a drink and maybe a fight or two. Et par Bytown, ils ont passé, et par Bytown, ils ont passé, avec la provision d'achetée. Bing shilling, bang shilling, laissez passer les semaines. Bing shilling, bing bang. Now, of course, we'll be eating pretty good too. Here's what's on the menu. Des pork and beans, ils ont mangé. Des pork and beans, ils ont mangé. Les estomacs restaurés. Bing shilling, bang shilling, laissez passer les semaines. Bing shilling, bing bang. On Saturday night, we'll be going into town looking for some pretty girls. Of course, we don't want none of them skinny girls. We want nice, big, solid girls that we can get our arms around. Et des grosses filles ont cherché, et des grosses filles ont cherché, on fait de ramalette coucher. Bing shilling, bang shilling, laissez passer les semaines. Bing shilling, bing bang. Of course, come late in the spring, we'll have to go back to our wives. Leurs femmes blondes ont embrassé, leurs femmes blondes ont embrassé, tout très contents de se retrouver. Bing shilling, bang shilling, laissez passer les semaines. Bing shilling, bing bang. Hey! Thank you very much. We'll be at the church at 3 o'clock. See you later.
I expect to see you all there.
And don't forget. Well, I am surprised to see so many of you out on a warm Sunday like this. My old friend Tiger Dunlop used to say, the church is the only place where one man does all the talking. You sing without having a drink and you're certain to meet your wife. But I can remember as a child spending many a long hour on hard seats, just in this very church here. You know, when I was young, I was in love with a fine, handsome girl. She used to sit in that pew right there where you're sitting. And, I never used to say too much to her, too shy, I guess. But, you know, during the sermon and during the singing and sometimes during that big long prayer, why, she'd smile at me. Now, I always figured that someday, why, maybe we'd settle down together, have ourselves a great big batch of kids. Get married, maybe. Well, I gets up my courage one day and I goes down to her place and there she is, working away in the kitchen, punching down a great big pan of bread dough. So, I up and I pops a question right there and then. What do you say we get married, I says. Well, she never said nothing. Just kind of turned her face away. I knew right there and then it was all over between us two.
As the lonesome scenes of winter in stormy winds do blow, clouds around the center incline to frost and snow. You're the girl I've chosen to be my only dear. Your scornful heart is frozen and drifted far, I fear. One night I went to see my love, she proved most scornfully. I asked her if she'd marry, she would not marry me. The night it is far spent, my love, it's near the break of day, and I'm waiting for an answer, my dear, what do you say? I can but plainly tell you I lead a single life. I never thought it fitting that I should be your wife. Now take a civil answer and for yourself provide. I have another sweetheart and you I've laid aside. Now my mind is changing that old love for the new. This wide and lonesome valley I mean to ramble through, in search of someone handsome that might my fancy fill. This world is wide and lonesome.
If she don't,
Another will.
We've a new baby at our house. After what we've been through, driven out of the colonies, building a new home here out of the wilderness, it's a sign of hope for all of us. A new child gives everybody hope.
Sleep, wee laddie, as the wild wind blows, born in the winter on a bed of snow. Close your eyes and don't you wake. Sleep, wee laddie, till the new day breaks. Hush-a-bye, hush-a-bye, my bonny wee child. Hush-a-bye, hush-a-bye, my bonny wee child. May you never be pushed from this new land, nor feel the landlord's heavy hand. Close your eyes and don't you wake. Sleep, wee laddie, till the new day breaks. Hush-a-bye, hush-a-bye, my bonny wee child. Hush-a-bye, hush-a-bye, my bonny wee child. Sleep, wee laddie, as the wild wind blows, born in the winter on a bed of snow. till the new day breaks. Hush-a-bye, hush-a-bye, my bonny wee child. Hush-a-bye, hush-a-bye, my bonny wee child.
My first wife died soon after we arrived here. My second wife died just over a month ago, and there's a baby needs looking after more than the rest of us. Now, don't get me wrong, these were fine, good women, and I cared for them dearly. But I need a wife. You can't survive in the backwoods without all the parts to a family. I'm looking for a strong woman, strong back and strong character, not afraid to get her hands dirty or nurse a sick horse or a cow or cabin. You'd be took care of. I wouldn't beat you or use cuss words. And offer you an honest, God-fearing home. Why, there's some of you right here who do just fine if you was willing. Ma'am? Excuse me, ma'am?
Hey, she's got a friend!
I'll have none of this nonsense. Thank you. Our next place is...
While she was kissing, I was wishing. Didn't know what she was about. She robbed me of my gold and silver, and then she kicked me and threw me out. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe, sock. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe, sock. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe. She was kissing, I was wishing, didn't know what she was about. Robbed me of my gold and silver, then she kicked me, threw me out. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe, sock. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe, sock. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe. Soon grow rough, hottest love will soon grow cold. Pretty young maid soon forgotten, play young man, don't be so bold. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe, sock. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe, sock. Rattle on the stovepipe, boot jack, Joe. One more time, lads.
At last, a sign of civilization. A significant step towards law, order, and good government. We're going to build a jail. Well, we've set up the committee. And I can see it now. On the banks of the Don, there's a dear little spot. A boarding house proper, where you get your meals hot. You get fine bread and water, and you don't pay a cent. Your taxes are paid for, your board and your rent. So turn out every man of you all in a line, from the cell to the stone-yard, and you all must keep time. You'll work like a Turk till the bell it strikes one, in that grand institution just over the Don. If you want to get into that palace so neat, take Tanglefoot whiskey and get drunk on the street. You'll have a fine carriage to drive you from town to that grand institution just over the Don. So turn out every man of you all in a line, from the cell to the stone-yard, and you all must keep time. You work like a Turk till the bell it strikes one, in that grand institution just over the Don. Our boarders are honest, not one of them steal, for they count all the knives and forks after each meal. Our windows are airy and barred up besides, just to keep our good boarders from falling outside. So turn out every man of you all in a line, from the cell to the stone-yard, and you all must keep time. You'll work like a Turk till the bell it strikes one, in that grand institution just over the Don. In that grand institution just over the Don.
It was the coldest winter we'd seen in 10 years. Stovepipe got red hot and set fire to the roof. My wife was alone with the children, and there was no place to go. If they stayed in the house, they'd die in the flames. Outside, they'd freeze to death. I arrived back from the neighbors to find my home in flames and my wife standing alone in the snow. The children, she'd wrapped the children in blankets and quilts, and stuffed them into 3 large cupboard drawers and covered them with more blankets and quilts, lying there in the snow, safe and warm, like 3 brightly colored Christmas presents. You know, the last time our home was burned, it was our neighbors turned against us and drove us out. But here we've a place to stay. The neighbors have brought food and clothing, Perfect stranger drove up in his wagon, unloaded a table and chairs, and drove off again. Didn't say a word. Guess that's why today I don't feel the same. We're gonna stay. Tomorrow we start work on a fine new home, made of boards, not logs, with 2 floors. So you gather up the neighbors and your hammers and axes, and when all the work's done, we'll have a fine feast with food and drink and singing and dancing.
You mean we're gonna have a shindig, a party?
You bet we are. It's just one thing.
Yeah, what's that?
There'll be no food or drink until the work's done.
Ah, fish feathers. Oh well, a party's a party, even if you have to work for it.
Now, if we're going to have a party, don't just stand there, everyone. It's time to dance. So I'd like 2 lines, please. I would like a line of ladies running right down here, and I would like a line of gentlemen just across from the lady.
More gentlemen, don't be modest. More gentlemen, please, don't be modest. This is called a paddle dance. We won't embarrass anyone. Actually, the men will have more fun because there are fewer of them. What happens in the paddle dance is that we first of all give the paddle to a gentleman. Then the first 2 ladies come to either side of the gentleman. We need 2 ladies, 1 on each side of the gentleman, and each of the ladies tries to persuade the gentleman to dance with her. And then the gentleman passes the paddle to the lady he doesn't want to dance with, and then dances with his partner down to the end of the line, and then, okay? Bob, would you like to choose a lady and dance down to the end of the line?
Any style of dancing.
And the people in line, to keep busy, are supposed to clap their hands to the beat of the fiddle. Now the lady, the first 2 men. 2 men, please. Now, gentlemen, do your best to convince this lady to dance with you. Okay? Way you go. Next 2 ladies up. Next 2 ladies, 1 on each side. Choose one, choose both. Who cares? 2 gentlemen, 1 on each side. Two ladies up. Come on, work at it, ladies. Work at it. Charm this guy. 2 gentlemen. We got... Lady picks up the paddle, and 2 gentlemen, 1 on each side. Two ladies.
Nice
How's your chance, Charlie? You know, whether you're a young country or a young person, there's always growing pains. There's always days when it just seems too difficult to carry on. But then there's other days when you find brightly colored Christmas presents in the snow.
We came to Upper Canada, we left the homes we knew, looking for a better life, somehow we made it through. In this strange lonely wilderness we'll build our lives anew. In Upper Canada, our home. In Upper Canada. In Upper Canada, our home. In Upper Canada.
Our battle with the forest nearly took our lives. In winter time, the bitter cold. In spring, the heat and flies.
We tried to make the wilderness a place more civilized. In Upper Canada, our home. In Upper Canada. In Upper Canada, our home. In Upper Canada. We're loyal British subjects, we had to take a stand when the guns of revolution drove us from our land. We came across the border, we gave up all we had. Now Upper Canada, our home, is Upper Canada. Now Upper Canada, our home, is Upper Canada.
Thank you very much.